Hello guys, hope you are doing well. In this video, I'm going to explain this problem find duplicates in an array. As you can see that it is a easy problem, but it is an interesting problem. How? First of all, let me explain you what it is telling. It is telling that our we will be given a array A of size n which contains element from 0 to n minus 1. All right. And you have to find all the elements. We have to find here all the elements that are occurring more than once, and we have to return that answer in ascending order. But the most important part of this problem is that we have to perform all operation within the provide array. We have to take constant extra space and big of and time complexity, and the space is only for the array to be returned, that with which we are going to return the repeating elements. If it would have be in the problem in which we can use extra space, then simply we can take a hash map of size n, as there are only elements from 0 to n minus 1. So we can easily mark the presence of each element in our hash map array, and by once again traversing our hash map array, we can find out that a particular element has come how many times. If it has come two or more times, then we can easily push back it into our answer vector, then we'll return that vector. But here we have to do with constant space. How can we keep count of all the elements without using any space? We can do that by using the array that we have been provided. Let me take an example to explain you in a better way. Suppose the number of elements are 5 and elements are 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If number of elements are 5, then we know that for any value n, the each element can range from 0 to n minus 1. Means here in this case 0 to 4. And we can we can easily see that indexes are also here are from 0 to 4. So if i if I use these indexes as the element itself to count the element, then we can do that because the element is never going to get larger than this 4, the maximum index. It's never going to happen because the element ranges from 0 to n minus 1. So I'm going to make changes in the same array itself for finding out the count of each element. What I will do, I will start scanning the array from one side, and here I have found 2. So I will mark its present at second index, that I have found a 2. And for marking its presence, I will add 5 here to 1. So it will become 6. Why we are doing that? Why we are making it 6? Because 6 contain the information about both the things. The count of 2 and the initial value that was present in that array. It is representing two things, that is count of 2 and initial value at index 2. And how can we get count of 2? We can simply get count of 2 by dividing whatever is placed at that index by 2. So after scanning whole array, it will become, will add 5 two times. Because what I'm doing here is that whenever I find any element, I will go that to that index and I will add the size. Here it is 5, so I'm adding 5, and I will do the same for this. When I will encounter this 2, I will again add one more 5, so it will become 11. So I can easily get the count of 2 by dividing 11 by the size, that is 5. I will get 2. And initial value, I can get easily initial value by doing modulo with the size. Here it is 5, so I will get 1. So from each index I can get two information. I can use each index for storing the two information. First is the count of index, means at the particular index the count of that particular element here is the index itself. So in the given array, 0 is representing after scanning whole given array, and after performing this operation, adding the size to index to each index for which which we are encountering the element. And after doing this for all the elements, 0 index will hold two things. It will hold the count of 0, how many times 0 has come. We will simply get it by dividing whatever is placed at that index by the size. I think you must be getting how it is working. I'm adding here 5 two times so that whenever I will divide this, I will get 2. This will not affect because this is definitely always going to be lesser than this 5 because of this condition. So only thing that matters is that how many times I'm adding the length. If I'm adding 2 times, means that number at a particular index has come 2 times. Then after performing the operation, we'll divide the whole array one by one with a size, and we'll store the count of each element that has come in the given array. And let's try to code it as I have discussed. And for returning the answer, I'm creating a vector here of int and naming it answer. And I'm placing here a for loop for scanning the given array that will run till the size of the array. And focus here what I am doing now. This is the most important thing here. What I am doing, I'm going to array, and whatever value is placed at this, whatever value is placed at this, it can be larger than n because we don't know. We have increased here 6. When we'll come, we'll have made this. Let's suppose I am doing it from left side, and after getting 2, I have made this 6, and after getting 3 here, the 3 index, I will add 5. It will become 7. So for each element I have to check the index, and as we are adding 5, it can become greater than n. So for finding the index, we have to perform the modulo operation to get the actual index, because it can be greater than n. Here we are doing modulo so that it remains within the size of the given array, and whatever is the index we got, we'll find out value there. So I am again giving that index to array. So whatever value is placed there, I have found that number. I have found a number ARRI, okay, at the first index, and then I am going to that index. whatever the value I got, I'm going to that index. And after going that, after going to that index, I'm adding the size of the array. Here in this case, it is n. So we'll simply add n here. Let me show here. It is written 2 here. 2 first element is 2. So it will become, in this case, in this example, the first value 2, it will become 2. And after doing modulo n, it will remain 2 because n is greater than 2, and it will always remain because indexes are till n minus 1. Here in this case, indexes are till 4. So we'll replace this all this with the index 2, and after going to that index 0 1 2, we will simply add n. Here in this case 5, it will become 6. So here if I divide it by 5, I will get 1 because I have marked that I have seen 2 for one time. So after this for loop, my array will now become the count of each element. It will now represent the element at each index will represent the count of the number that is represented by their indexes. I hope it is clear till now. Now let's move on to the next step, and what is that? We have to find the count for each element, and we'll start with 0. How many times 0 has come, how many times um, 1 has come. We'll check here in this for loop. Again, I'm going to check if arr I will be equal to arr I divided by n. So in this for loop, I am doing nothing. I am doing only that much. I am picking up a element and then dividing it by n. If it has been seen, then it must be greater than n. And as many times I have seen that, I must have added that many times and add that index's value. So it will return how many times I have added. So now array is storing the count of each element that has come in this given array arr, and the elements are represented by their indexes. Now again I am putting a for loop here for seeing how many numbers are there which are which have appear more than once. I'll check by doing that if arri happens to be greater than once, means that number represented by the index I has come more than once. So I will push back into I will insert that into my vector answer. I'm doing pushback I. arri is representing the count of ith element. So I am not pushing arri, I am pushing only I. Now we can simply return our answer. Now let's try to run it, and I hope it should work. Yes, it is showing correct answer. Now let's try to submit it. Oh, we have not uh, s- managed this condition when there is no duplicate present. Then we have to return -1. So we'll put a check here. If answer size greater than 0, then return answer. In else condition, do one thing. Insert -1 in our vector. So answer dot push back -1 and then return answer. Now it should work because this -1 condition is given there. Oh, I have to put function shine here. Now running it again. Now all the test cases are passed successfully. It's working absolutely fine, and I hope that you understood the problem. It's pretty important problem. It has been asked in many companies: Paytm, Zoho, Flipkart, Amazon, Qualcomm, D, Shaw. And if you like the video, please subscribe my channel and like this video. And I'll see you with another problem in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Thank you.